Hello and welcome, my aspiring alchemists. This is Ebefar, the Divine Hammer, legendary alchemist. Today I'm showing you a video on how to fully level an all-in-one alchemist. This should casually only take less than 2 weeks with little to no effort or gold to fully level with the method shown. I have received what must now be in the thousands of DMs over my time playing, asking for combat or profession advice. And this is one of the most asked questions recently. How do I level an alchemist? This method does require a macro software, and before I show you how to obtain and use it, let me explain what you are allowed to do with it, so that you do not get into trouble. Macros for training have been allowed for the longest time, and 2 years ago Henrik even confirmed it himself that they were okay on his stream. And their official stance on macros present day are that you can only use them to train characters out of combat. They must not affect PvP, and they should be attended by you as well. The official software that we will be using to level our alchemist is called TinkTask. You should download this from the official site only. I will put a link to it in the description. Install the most recent EXE version of TinkTask, and when you launch it, click on continuous playback to enable it. Then go down to where it says hotkeys, and then make sure you set your own personal recording and playback key. Press the recording key once, then proceed to do the process for leveling. Make sure that your process loops correctly. Once you are done making your loop, press the recording key again to save the loop, then press the playback key to enable continuous leveling. Once you have your macro software up and running, I would recommend that you read these following books before you level them or their subskills. Whilst you are reading these books, you can macro and level the other skills that do not require books to be read. Make sure that the parent skill is high enough before trying to learn daughter skills. Some daughter skills require the parent skill to be a certain level before self or book learning. You can find where these books are on a useful tool called the Mortal Online 2 map. I will put a link to this map in the description. Most of these books can be gained in town, whether through the broker or through the town library. Starting off with the easier skills to level, you can use water from the grocery vendor in bulk in the alchemy table to level potion making, alchemy and advanced potion making to 100. You can also put water into a campfire with a cooking pot from the cooking vendor, instantly level your cooking, advanced cooking, cooking tools and cooking pot to 100. We can use water and salt catalyst from the grocery vendor in the Fabricula in the ratio of 10,000 to 600 to easily level Fabricula expertise and alchemy contraptions to 100. To level Botany and Petrology to 100 easily, we can simply cut trees or hit rocks using a vendor axe or any other available tool or weapon until the skill is at 100. We can pick brown shorekelp in the Medullary Docks water. This will help us to level Botanical Oils lore, Botany, Herbalism, Herbologium expertise, Botany appliances and crafting appliances all to 100 in the Herbologium bench. Then you can level Mycology, which is the mushroom lore, by cooking brown shorekelp on macro or putting it in a keg with water in the alchemy bench. We can use Kana, Herbaceous from the Medullary Docks water by fishing them or buying them from the broker in skinning or the alchemy table with water to level Perciformes, Ostracides, Pisces lore, or Zoology lore. Make sure you read the books for Perciformes and Ostracides before you do this, as this is one of the lores that are harder to level. You can use water and calamine from the reagent vendor in the alchemy table to level Alchemical Mineralogy, Mineralogy and Calamine lore to 100. You can use Satyr Carcass from the broker in buy orders with water from the grocery vendor in the alchemy table to level Lacertilla, reptilia and zoology to 100. Or you can kill satyrs in the jungle and get their carcass that way. You can find satyr spawns and the spawns for everything else on the Mortal Online 2 map mentioned earlier in the video. We will be using any fruit and vitus from the Tindrum vineyards to level press operation, milling, carpology, crafting appliances, and ampelology to 100. To level carpology, we will be using any fruit in the press or by cooking it repeatedly, and we'll be leveling ampelology by pressing or cooking vitus. We will be using water and dial in the alchemy table to level herbology to 100. This does require botany lore to be at 90 as a prerequisite. We can use rice from the Morinker rice paddies, in the spit from the cooking vendor, with a campfire either in town or from the equipment vendor to level agrostology, spit, and cooking tools. You can also macro this as well, however I would recommend doing it in bulk as it's cheap. So, whilst you are leveling your alchemist, you are going to be extracting, butchering, or cooking small amounts of stacks on repeat. The reason you are doing this is because you get more experience per unit. For example, if you extracted 10,000 of a material 1 unit at a time, it may give you 10,000 experience because it gives you 1 experience per 1 unit extracted. However, if you extracted all 10,000 at once, it would give you diminishing returns, and it may give you barely any experience, for example 100 experience. This is why we set macros and let it extract on its own, whilst we can do something more productive with our time, while still keeping an eye on our character that is macroing. If you want me to make any other build guides or tutorials, whether they're combat or profession related, please let me know down in the comments section. I do love making these videos, they do take some time. Alright, and I think that's just about everything to do with leveling an all-in-one alchemist. If you have any questions for me, please put it down in the comments or ask me in DMs. Have a great day, Ebefar out.